Hello there. Once again, it's Anton from Anton Obey. Thank you for stopping by the collection room today. Today I'm taking a look at some more stuff from the old Malibu Comics Ultraverse. I love the Ultraverse. We're looking at Mantra 5 through 8 today. It's been quite a while. If you look back many videos ago, you will find I went through Mantra 1 through 4 and kind of just gave a quick look through of those. And now we're on to 5 through 8. I do eventually, I love knocking around in the old Malibu universe. So, I mean, it's something I'm going to continue to do. Working on the Nightman right now. Gone through some of those. Haven't touched Prime yet. But looking forward to doing some of my more favorite stuff. I've done a few videos, I think, on the Solution, which is one of my favorite team books. But I'm looking forward to getting into the Strangers. I have that coming up. Haven't got any of those out of the shelf yet and perused. But as far as Mantra goes, what is the plot of Mantra? Mantra is an ancient warrior man who his soul was transported into the future and inhabits the body of this mom, this suburban woman. And anytime he puts the mask on of Mantra, he armors up into this warrior goddess type woman. Not his first choice in body design, but it is what he's got. And this gives it the whole fish out of water. Not only do you have fish out of water, do you have like trapped in the wrong body stuff going on. So you could try to make that an analogy for something else, but that is not anything that was intended in the original creation of this book. It was more just like a really unique take on there's always the powerful warrior vixen, and there's always like a cliche with that, but to have that warrior vixen be actually like the mind of a dude stuck in there is what gave the book a unique and interesting take on what's normally a pretty common trope. So Malibu always does great with their work. By the way, this is probably, knowing Malibu, this has got to be 93. Almost everything with Malibu took place from like, I think 92 to 93 or 94. Yeah, 92 to 94 is basically the entirety of the Malibu Ultraverse. I think it was by 95 they were owned by Marvel, and so they weren't doing their own stuff anymore. Oh yeah, on the moon now. So I always like the books. I always like their art. They do have a very distinct 90s feel to them that just always stays. Like there's a 90s rockish glamour thing that goes on that looks like it's just a nostalgia look to the book. If you're aware of the 90s and what they looked like, this was pretty standard fare for the time. At least the way it's stylized and everything. Mantra in Prime tie-in. So as always, the Ultraverse was, as much as I loved it, it is kind of terrible with its structure, its tie-in, its crossovers, the breakthrough issues. So like early on in every issue, there was a breakthrough issue, and every single title crossed over and had a big crossover. And you had to follow that. You had to go out and buy those 2 issues to figure out what's going on there. And you had to buy some other person's book to find out what your hero was doing. Like right now, you're probably going to get half the story because the other half is going to be done in Prime. So you got to buy both Prime and Mantra to get the whole story. It was a pain in the butt. Malibu did this a lot with their Ultraverse stuff. That's probably the worst element, honestly, of the entire Ultraverse was... they were hard to join in on, and they were hard to follow a complete story because it would jump to other titles a lot. Now I know like Marvel and DC of course do this, every comic book company does this, but this was the 90s, this is the mid 90s, this was the height of doing that at a time when distribution for Malibu was not necessarily the easiest thing to have. And then you also have the problem that this series, almost all their series, just ran less than, most of them ran less than 24 issues because the whole universe ended. I think just a couple went further. You'll get like Prime Ram 26, and I think it's the longest running one. Maybe Hard Case ran 26 as well. Most everything ran 23, 24. I think Mantra ran 22 issues. Now, for some reason, there is 2 different covers of issue number 8. I believe they are exactly the same. But I came across this when I was pulling them. We got that guy. And we got that guy. Now, the interesting part about there being 2 different color covers is the comic is not the same. This has a much thicker cover. This has a much thinner cover. The book feels thinner. The pages of this one are glossy. The pages of this one are matte, just like newspaper. I don't know if you can really make this out in the camera lens, but it's painfully obvious in real life. You can see there's a difference. Newspaper print, gloss page paper. Now, I don't know why they did that. I don't know what the other differences are. Like I said, this one just feels thinner. So I don't know what the deal was with that. I don't know why that was a thing. It just was. I don't know why Malibu would do that. Anyway, we'll look at the glossier, probably the fancier, more refined version. We don't know what the relationship is with War Strike. But it has been so long since I read these. If I ever read these, I can't remember. I know I read gobs of Malibu because I loved Malibu. But it has only been in the last couple years that I have acquired all the issues of Mantra. Mantra was one of the harder books to get my hands on. So, like, I had like a full run of Prime except for maybe 1 issue. I was missing 1 issue of The Strangers. I completed Nightman. I completed Hard Case. I completed Freaks. Completed Solution. Completed Prototype. Rune. 1 issue of Strangers was missing. 1 issue of Prime was missing, which I think I finally got. And I had like the last 5 or 6 issues of Mantra were just incredibly difficult to get your hands on. For some reason, they are very hard to find. Anyway, I was able to track them all down and get them all purchased just in the last, I think the last year. Yeah, same book, just a little bit different print on it. Don't know why, but it is. But yeah, anyway, so yeah, the last later issues of Mantra were very difficult to get hold of. Finally did, very glad to have them. I don't believe I've read them yet, now that I'm thinking of it. But either way, that is these. That is 5 through 8. Like I said, if you want to see the first 1 through 4, it was quite some time ago that I finally did that video. And then I have done videos, I believe, on Mantra Volume 2, which are even harder to find, as it was. All Malibu books after Marvel purchased them, all of those are incredibly difficult to locate these days. So good luck with them if you are looking for them. A lot of them have been covered on this channel. There's a cajillion back videos if you want to go and look for any old titles that maybe you haven't heard of or maybe you would like to know more about, and give them a look over. Anyway, if you'd like, give me a thumbs up or don't. I don't care. But anyway, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. I'll catch you guys later. Bye.